We cannot stand neutral and just wait what will happen.
Resistance and the willingness to defend your country by your army really deserves here quite a lot of credit and respect on the side of the Czech society, and I think this is one of the reasons why the Czechs are so supportive of the Ukrainian army.
Hello and welcome to Ukraine in Flames, a special project by Ukraine Media Center and NGO Euro-Atlantic Course. My name is Alexandra Tsekhanovska, and today we talk about one of the steadiest allies and supporters of Ukraine, the Czech Republic. How did the Russian invasion of Ukraine change the perception of Moscow? What were the consequences for President Zeman, previously taking a pro-Russian stance on a number of issues? And how does the current war bring back the memory of Soviet tanks in Prague in 1968? If you want to learn more, please subscribe to our channel to stay tuned. In the beginning of September, Prague witnessed a large rally mostly aimed at undermining support for Ukraine. As the energy bills are rising, many protesters took to the streets to oppose the increasing cost of living. However, the event was largely filled with echoes of the Kremlin propaganda, treating Russian aggression against Ukraine as caused by NATO to begin with. This rally, organized by far-right and far-left that didn't make it to the parliament, is one of the foreseeable attempts of the Kremlin to utilize all the leverage and influence it has in the Western countries in a desperate attempt to stall Western support for Ukraine, as things are going worse and worse for Russia in the military aspect. Czech Prime Minister Petr Fiala insists that the demonstration was organized by pro-Kremlin sympathizers directly under the Russian influence. And while it is important to mention this occasion, it by no means undermines the overall pro-Ukrainian position of the Czech government and of the people of the Czech Republic. The barbarity and illegitimacy of the Russian aggression against Ukraine echoes painfully in Czechia, which has its own historical scores to settle with Moscow. We are honored to have Pavel Fischer, Chairperson of the Committee on Foreign Affairs, Defense and Security at the Parliament of the Czech Republic, as our first guest today. He will address the key changes in the public perception of Russia in the Czech Republic and focus on the political impact of this invasion for President Zeman.
This is a wake-up call. We cannot stand neutral and just wait what will happen. We cannot stay indifferent. We have to take part. By the way, the terrorist attack in Vrbětice, disclosed in 2021, deteriorated already the Czech-Russian relations deeply. We had to expose dozens of Russian diplomats. Czech Republic was registered in Moscow as enemy state. So in addition, even though we saw how Russian military occupation, be it against Georgia or Ukraine in Donbas, Crimea later on, we saw how it is dangerous for the European stability. Nevertheless, many countries of the EU and NATO preferred to stay just and make pragmatic decisions. This time, there is no room anymore for pragmatic decisions. The aggression of February 24, this year, 2022, provided a huge impact by the images we saw in TV, and it was simply astonishing. People were shocked. People had fear. It was a kind of call that the history is coming back. In addition, the solidarity was impressive. The number of refugees the Czech society could host at home is huge. The country is among champions if we count Ukrainian refugees per capita. And Czech citizens engaged with help, providing money and funds for the purchase of weaponry for armed forces of Ukraine.
Yes, the President of the Republic, Miloš Zeman, won 2 mandates. He was advocating close cooperation with Communist China and with the Russian Federation under Vladimir Putin. This time, with Russian violent aggression against Ukraine, he lost a lot of his credibility even among his own electorate. He suffers from illness. There have been findings that he is unable to perform the supreme office. The Senate has even acted to preserve the office of the president and, in accordance with the constitution, temporarily safeguard the exercise of the function of the head of state. In addition, politically speaking, Zeman's vision to engage more with communist China or Russia is over. His political vision failed. Without any doubt, Zeman lost the former influence.
To elaborate on these points, I am happy to welcome a great friend of Ukraine from Prague, David Stulik, a senior analyst at European Values Center for Security Policy. He will tackle the most important factors driving Czech support for Ukraine, and we will also have an opportunity to hear not just from him, but from his cat as well, who couldn't miss such an important topic. Always a pleasure.
The situation in Ukraine really resembles for many Czechs, the situation from 1968, but with huge differences. I mean, the Czechoslovak army wasn't able to defend itself back then. So that's why the resistance and the willingness to defend your country by your army really deserves here quite a lot of credit and respect on the side of the Czech society. And I think this is one of the reasons why the Czechs are so supportive of the Ukrainian army. Actually, fundraising or the public crowdfunding was very successful with regard to the collecting funds for the weapons for Ukrainian army. So one could even say that to a certain degree, Ukraine is also fighting for the Czechs. So Czechs see it as a sort of a revenge against Russia when Ukraine is such a strong defender of not only of Ukraine but also of us. And I think this was very much behind the Czech support for Ukraine, but the attitude of Czechs towards contemporary Russia has not been formed by the events that unfolded after February 24th. Actually, more than a year ago, in April 2021, there was news that the Russian military agents, officers, blew up Czech ammunition depots, stocks back in 2014 in the Czech Republic, and these explosions actually resulted in the death of Czech citizens. And that was the kind of groundbreaking moment after which the public opinion shifted very much against Russia. Then the vast majority of Czechs started to perceive Russia as the major geopolitical threat. So basically, the Czech society was ready to perceive Russia as a geopolitical threat already back in 2021. So the events of February this year, when Russian army entered the territory of Ukraine, was just another fact that the Czech society very much rejected and stand against. So these days, Russia has a very bad reputation within the Czech society. A vast majority of Czechs are supporting Ukraine still, in many ways, be it the humanitarian assistance or that earlier mentioned purchase of weapons for Ukrainian army. And actually, one could say that Czechs have made a very clear geopolitical choice.
You've been watching this special project by Ukraine Media Center and NGO Euro-Atlantic Course, Ukrainian Flames. If you find our work useful, please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. In the description to this episode, you can find information on how you personally can help Ukraine in the face of Russian aggression. Remember that everything is going to be Ukraine.